What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back with some more draft lottery rebuilds, as here we are at pick number 4 with the Houston Rockets. Now, this is obviously not where the Rockets wanted to be picking, as they did unfortunately fall to pick number 4 in the lottery. So today at pick number 4, we'll be selecting Thompson, doing an Thompson Houston Rockets rebuild. Before we get in today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So after the top 3 go with Vic, Scoot, and Brandon Miller, it sounds like the 4th best prospect is Thompson. Correct me if I'm wrong and you disagree with that, but it sounds like that's what most people are saying. As far as the coaching staff is concerned, obviously they have Ime Udoka in real life, and not Steven anymore, but Udoka is not in the game. Unfortunately, I don't believe he is. I'm pretty sure he's not. So I'm just going to hire a random head coach. I don't even think you can change head coaches' names anymore. I would have done that as well. But if we can just get like a random head coach, it's not going to matter that much because obviously, as we know, Ime Udoka is the coach for this team in real life, and I wish I could get him in the game, but I'm not going to be able to. So we're going to fill the rest of this out, and I will see you guys on draft night to select Thompson. Now, before we do head into draft night, there's something I do want to address. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors about the Rockets wanting to be very competitive this next season with the addition of trying to grab James Harden in free agency. Will the Rockets actually do that? I have no idea. There's some very big rumors about it, as we know. I actually did a Rockets James Harden rebuild in the past. It was a while ago when I did it, but still, today, I'm not going to go for James Harden. I'm going to start Thompson with Jalen Green in the backcourt. Still stick to the young route in this video, even though the Rockets may be doing something different in real life. I want to highlight this prospect in the video with Thompson. That's kind of been the theme of these videos that I've done so far. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. You got Vic going number 1. Number 2, you're going to have Scoot Henderson going to the Hornets. Number 3, Brandon Miller. So that gives us the addition of, I guess you could select Jarris Walker. There's Whitmore, but it does sound like the Rockets might be in on Thompson, or there's like Anthony Black. But like I mentioned, it sounds like a lot of people think Thompson is probably the 4th best prospect in this draft. So I'll go ahead and select him here. And at number 18, we have Taylor Hendricks. We have Jordan Hawkins, Keontae George. I feel like if Taylor Hendricks was still on the board, I think there is a good chance he goes in the lottery. But if he was still here, I'm definitely going to go ahead and draft him at pick number 18. And then last but certainly not least, we have Jordan Hawkins, Sasser, Lively, James Najee, Leonard Miller. I'll go ahead and draft Leonard Miller with this last pick, and that will be our draft. So I feel really good about getting Thompson, of course, and then we're going to have Taylor Hendricks as well with Leonard Miller. Not too bad at all. Player options, Jalen Green, Şengün, Kenny Martin, Christopher, Garuba. I'll accept all of those. Knicks, I'll accept as well. Why not? And then qualifying offers, Darius Days. Not going to be too concerned about him. I know the Rockets have cap space in free agency, but when you really look at this team, they're kind of loaded. They really are. So I could see why this team would want to just go like the go get something done now route, because their draft pick capital in the future. We take a look at it real quick. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. The NBA playoffs are officially upon us, and there's no better way to get more out of the NBA playoffs that you're watching with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to bet overs or unders on the players you love watching. Let me show you the website. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop. Currently, we're on the desktop version, and you're going to be opened up with this. Basically, you have every sport you can imagine. You got tennis, soccer, PGA, CSGO if you're into stuff like that, MMA, but we're here for the NBA. The play-in tournament is officially starting, and I'm looking at some of these props right here, and I'm feeling juicy. So all you basically do, you can choose between 2 to 6 players. This is my favorite way of getting more out of the game I'm watching. I'm already going to watch the game, so might as well have some fun with it. So let's say I wanted to go Clint Capella over points, and let's say I want to go like maybe over Tyler Hero's prop as well. You just go more and more. 2 players is 3 times your money, and you can go all the way up to 25 times with 6 players. If you're still unsure about it, here are some examples of winnings I've had in the past, and you can go ahead and sign up with my link down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 for first-time users. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. So we have the Nets first next year, but we don't have our own first next year. So I can see the compelling argument for wanting to be very competitive next year. I just unfortunately love what the Rockets have. And as we know in 2K, the younger the roster you have, usually the better you do in the simulation. These guys are going to continue to develop. So yeah, I could go out there and sign like a bunch of veterans and just go for it. But I'm going to stick to the young route in this video. I think it's going to work out pleasantly for us. So I'm going to move East into the 3. I really want him to be our starting small forward going forward. So right now it's Thompson, Kevin Porter Jr. I do like Kevin Porter Jr. as a 6th man. We're probably going to start Thompson right away. And then so we have Tyta Washington and Knicks as well. Josh Christopher and Jalen Green are our 2 guards. You got Kenyon Martin, Tari Eason, Jayshawn Tate, Taylor Hendricks, and Leonard Miller. So we're loaded at the small forward spot. Tari Eason will be the starter. I kind of wonder if we should move on from Tate or Kenyon Martin. That way we just give them freedom elsewhere. And I don't know if I'll be re-signing Martin or Tate next year. And you're going to have Jabari at the 4. So technically we can move someone to the power forward position if we need to, or we could sign one as well. So we do have cap space. And then we need a backup big man as we have Garuba at the center right now. And then Şengün. I guess Garuba could technically be our backup center. But Şengün will be the guy, and then Jabari will continue to be our 4. So if I was going to sign anyone free agency, it would be in the front court. So if you look at our options, you have Kristaps Porzingis, which obviously would be just a crazy home run hitter. But again, man, I kind of just want to stick to the young team that we have. It's going to go pleasantly well if we do. So I feel like getting a veteran backup center would be the move here. So like Mason Plumlee kind of fits the bill a little bit. Christian Wood is also kind of interesting. He did play here at one point. Dwight Powell, got JaMychal Green. But I think I'm going to go for Mason Plumlee. I know it's kind of bizarre, but I'm not going to lock myself into him. But just having like some type of veteran here, I think is going to do swimmingly well. And of course, he's not going to threaten Şengün for that starting center spot. Like I've seen the Rockets do in the past, like just sign some random center that has Şengün coming off the bench in 2K. And then power forward position, Draymond Green will obviously be like a perfect veteran presence on a team like this, but he's asking for way too much money. Of course, we have the cap space to do it, but I don't think I can get behind that. Kelly Olynyk, Jay Crowder, Reggie Bullock. Is there anybody else that makes sense here? Kevin Love, Rui Hachimura, of course. He's played very well in LA. I would imagine LA brings him back. Thaddeus Young, Keita Bates-Diop, or even like a Royce O'Neal would actually be kind of swimmingly cool as well, as a nice veteran presence here who could teach some guys some things. So Royce O'Neal, he's only got 1 badge. So I guess if I was going to bring someone in, it'd be really nice to have someone who could like develop this team a little bit with the mentorship program, but not really seeing a ton of good options. So I'm just going to give Royce O'Neal kind of similar to what I did with Plumlee. It's going to give him a 1+1 again. Not going to lock myself up into these 2 veterans, but just bringing them in. They're going to be depth. They're not going to threaten the young guys' starting position. So I think that's going to go very well. And then we can roll our cap space over into next offseason if we want to make a bigger move. And then I think at the trade deadline, there's a good chance we're going to trade maybe Kenyon Martin and Tate, or maybe both of them. We shall see. But that's going to be my offseason. Nothing crazy about it. I feel really good about the young core that we have already that Houston has built. Tari Eason is down because we moved to small forward. Plumlee is down 3 overall, which is fine. We didn't lock ourselves into him. Royce O'Neal is a 76. You got Plumlee, Kenyon Martin, Porter, Jabari, Şengün. Let's go look at our rotation. Jalen Green up to an 88 is also a really good sign. So I'm feeling really good so far about this. I feel like bringing those veterans in is going to do a number to what we need on this roster right now. So we go take a look at the rotation after we load this draft class. We'll see what we're working with going into season 1 after that offseason. So power rank is only going to last at 27. So Amen Thompson at the point guard, Jalen Green at the 2. They want to start Kenyon Martin, but I disagree with that. I want to start Tari Eason, Jabari at the 4, Şengün at the 5, KPJ, Plumlee, Tari Eason, Jayshawn Tate, and Royce O'Neal as our last bench spot. So like I mentioned already, I am going to start Tari Eason over Kenyon Martin, and then I do want to mess with the shot tendencies here in a second. So I'm going to go with that. And then let's look at shot tendencies. So shot tendencies, Jalen Green. I want him taking a bunch of shots on this team, obviously, in a good manner. I don't want him just chucking up a bunch of shots, but Şengün, want him to be a huge part of what we do here as well. And then Amen Thompson's shot tendency actually isn't terrible. I think it's a SARS who's is like really bad. I don't know. But I think everything else is fine. I think I'm gonna leave everything else the same. We're gonna simulate year 1. I don't expect to be very good. I could see us being a play-in team. We shall see what happens. There's a good chance I do stop the deadline to move Kenyon Martin or Jayshawn Tate, because I don't think we'll be bringing either of them back. Cavs, got the Cavs going around to beat them. Retirements, LeBron, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Rudy Gay, Al Horford. Was I correct? Is it the Thunder that has our draft pick? Pretty sure it's the Thunder, and it is. So our draft pick is going to stay at 12. So we lose the 12th overall pick. Does that suck? Yes, but it's all good. So other than that, I don't think we have a pick in this draft. Or we have Brooklyn's, don't we? Where's Brooklyn's pick? Whoa! Why did I just now notice that we have the second? Why did I just now notice that? So from that James Harden trade, wow, I cannot believe I didn't even realize that until now. So we have the second overall pick in this draft. Wow, that's insane. Okay, well, we get to add even more young talent through the draft. So who needs your own pick? We can just add another really good player through the draft. Well, that becomes very interesting, to be honest with you. Who are we going to take in this draft? I know Matt is going to go number 1 like he usually does. So once again, we're stuck with an interesting position, just like in the last video, where this draft class is relatively, I think a lot of people are saying it's kind of weak. So I mean, I guess we could be interested in trade this pick, but don't really know who I would trade it for at this point. So who do I want to take, man? I really like my team as it is, but Matt, Collier, Dillingham, Justin Edwards, Amari, Kalen Ware, Zach, DJ Wagner. I don't even know what I'd be. This team is already so stacked, Houston is, that I don't even know what to add here. But you know what? We'll go with it. Matt Buzelis is going to go to Chicago, and we have the second overall pick, and you could just keep adding young talent. So I want to stick with Thompson, so I really don't want to draft a point guard. I honestly am tempted to just take Xavier Booker and have him be just like a really good developmental big man behind Şengün. I think that's going to be the route we go, or Keelan Ware. I might go Keelan Ware instead. So I'm going to go Keelan Ware at number 2 overall. Was that the best pick? Maybe not. I'm going to be honest with you, but I just felt really good about what we have already. And I don't even really care about the second round pick either. So number 2 was Keelan Ware. Obviously, there was a lot better players on the board, but I'm still okay with it. We're going to select, we're going to draft, we're going to sign Keelan Ware, and we got Foster round 2. I'll sign him as well. Player options, Plumlee, I'm going to decline. I loved his veteran presence here. Tate, I'm also going to decline. Royce-O'Neal, I'm going to decline. And we're going to accept all of our younger options, of course. Qualifying offers, Darius Days is back. I'm not going to try to bring him back again. Free agency, Tate is here. He's not going to ask for too much, so I guess we technically could bring him back. And then you got Kevin Porter Jr., Amin Thompson, Ty Washington, Jalen Green, Christopher, Tari Eason, and Taylor Hendricks. And you're going to have Jabari, Şengün, Garuba, and then Keelan Ware. So there's actually some definitely interesting spots on this team where I could get like a really good 6-man at our shooting guard spot or at our power forward spot. So I feel pretty good about going for either of those. Hendricks, I actually feel really good about being my backup 3. I think he'll develop just fine. So if we can get like a shooting guard or a 4 in this offseason, I know the idea of Jaylen Brown maybe reuniting with technically Ime Udoka is definitely intriguing, but I don't know if I want to bench Jalen Green like that. I guess we could bench Tari Eason and sign Jaylen Brown here. There definitely is some there's definitely some realistic possibility behind that. So I'm kind of tempted to do it. We could have Tari Eason. I wanted to start him through the video, but I guess if we can add Jaylen Brown here, I don't sign free agents like that too much, so I think it would definitely be different. So why not, man? I'll go for Jaylen Brown. We have cap space. We might as well go for it. I'm going to go for Jaylen Brown. He can reunite with his head coach and Ime Udoka. I don't know how close they were, but we're not going to get him anyway, so it was worth a try, I guess. But we're not going to get him. So I guess we'll turn our attention to maybe a 6-man scorer off the bench. So we have like Herb Jones, Malik Monk. Obviously, could definitely be that for us. Definitely has been great in Sacramento. So 11 points per game, and you got like Austin Reeves as well, Melton. Man, Jaylen Brown would have been really cool out of this team, but we're not going to get him. That really sucks. Unless we do something where I don't think there's going to be anything I can do. It sounds like the Clippers and, well, I mean, 4 years, 160 million. I wonder if he'll fall out. He might fall out. Let's see. No, he goes to Toronto. Maybe he'll fall out. I don't know. We'll see. And he does. Yes, he does. Let's go. Okay. We're back. We're back in the position to get him. So I'm going to go player option, no trade clause. This time, does he look at us? He's looking at the Clippers. Wow. That was worth a shot. I'm going to try one more thing. And how do the Clippers? Oh, because Paul George and Kawhi. I was about to say, how do the Clippers have cap space? Let's try one more thing. And if this doesn't work, then we'll just sign like Malik Monk or something. So Brown, let's try 4 years. No option. I'm going to go as much as I can. No trade clause. And let's see if that does anything. I doubt it does anything, but it's worth a shot. And they... Oh, you know what else I could do? That would definitely be kind of funny. Is I could trade them Kevin Porter Jr. to the Clippers. And I wonder if that would like literally screw them from being able to sign Jaylen Brown. Because I'm going to play dirty here. So you know what? Kevin Porter Jr. over to the Clippers. They have literally no one right now. I will give you Kevin Porter Jr. for a couple of seconds just so you can't sign. I don't know if this is going to do it, though. So I might just be giving them away for free. So there is definitely some risk here if I do this. So maybe I shouldn't do this. We have $32 million of cap space. What do the Clippers have? They have $61 million. So even if I gave them Terrence, even if I did it, it's not going to matter. So I'm glad I didn't go through with that. Let's just sign an ignition score off the bench. Quickly also sounds kind of fun. So Emmanuel Quickly, I guess, will be the guy we sign off our bench. I'm going to go like 4 years, 19.75. And he'll be our, yeah, it sucks I couldn't get Jaylen Brown. That would have been awesome, but it is what it is. So Jaylen Brown goes to the Clippers. Maybe we could trade for him later on if things don't go well there. Other than that, so we now have Emmanuel Quickly as our ignition scorer off the bench. Ahmed Thompson, KPJ, Jalen Green quickly, Tari Eason, Hendricks, and I guess one last thing we could use as a backup 4. But I'm going to pass up on signing anyone else. So the adventures of trying to get Jaylen Brown were, it was a good effort, but unfortunately we did not walk away with him. But we did grab Emmanuel quickly in free agency. I think he'll be a really nice addition. And worst case scenario, like I said, maybe down the line we could revisit the idea of, trading for Jaylen Brown. Maybe the Clippers are terrible at the trade deadline and we could trade for him then. So we'll just see how it goes. I'll see you guys at the end of the season or at the trade deadline. At the end of the season, we made the playoffs as the 5th seed in the West. If you take a look at the player stats, you had 23 from Jalen Green, 22.5 from Jabari, 16 from Şengün, 13 from Quickly, 13 from Kevin Porter Jr., and then 10 from Tari Eason, 9.5 from Christopher, and 7 from Ahmed Thompson with 5 assists. So Ahmed Thompson's not doing anything crazy in this video, but if he's just going to be like that pass first point guard, I guess that's fine. Maybe I should boost his playmaking tendency up a little bit. I definitely would love to see him get a little bit better. But it is what it is. We get to play Memphis in round 1. I actually tried to trade for Jaylen Brown at the trade deadline. It did not work at all. The Clippers wouldn't say yes to anything. But let's suddenly current round against Memphis, and we were going to get swept. So we made the playoffs, which is a great sign. The Clippers weren't anywhere to be found. So I am going to try to trade for Jaylen Brown this offseason. I'm going to try it again. I tried at the deadline. They said no. Hawks go on to win it all. But I feel like if we add Jaylen Brown to this team, we're a contender next year easily. So lottery process. The Clippers are going to be in it, and I don't think we have the 11th overall pick via Brooklyn, so that could definitely be helpful to maybe getting a Jaylen Brown trade done. I don't know. So let's go to staff signing. Of course, as we know, is kind of probably going to be full for the most part. Yeah, it's good. So let's go straight to draft night. On draft night, I want to see if I can pull off a Jaylen Brown trade before we go into draft night. So don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm going to try. So the Clippers, you signed Jaylen Brown for me, but it was a mistake. So I guess I'll have to throw Quickly in this scenario. All my guys might be like literally expiring at this point where I can't trade anyone. And I guess we have this guy. I don't think this is going to get it done though. 22, 19. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. Okay, let's say this unprotected. Are you going to say yes to this? No, didn't think so. So I'm going to have to wait till after the draft to do this. This will be my last attempt to add Jaylen Brown. So I'm starting the trade with Kevin Porter Jr., Taylor Hendricks. I believe my pick from last year is going to have to be in it, and Keelan Ware, of course. I'm going to throw Isaiah Evans in here as well, who is my 11th overall pick. I'm going for it, man. I really want him. Eason, Quickly, I'm going to try to keep out of the trade. Foster, I don't know if that's going to make a difference. And then let's say it's our 2026 Nets pick. What do you say? Do you say yes to this? We do get Jaylen Brown. Yes, we gave up a ton. I don't care. I think Jaylen Brown is going to make us the contender I wanted to be. So Jaylen Brown reunites with Ime Udoka. I really wish I could have just gotten him in free agency. It sucks. I couldn't have done it, but it's all good. And now all we need to do now is re-sign Jalen Green and Şengün, and we should literally be in a good position. So Jalen Green and Şengün, obviously this team's about to cost a ton of money, but I'm okay with it. So let's make sure we get our guys back. They want me to announce Jalen Green. I think, this computer is insane. Of course, we're going to match Şengün. Yeah, let's renounce Jalen Green while we're at it. It just literally makes no sense. Jalen Green, I'm going to offer him his deal, and we're going to be in luxury tax, but it's all good. This team is going to be a contender. Garuba, do I want to bring him back or do I want to go cheaper? 14 million. I mean, there's obviously some cheaper options, but I'm just going to go ahead and get Garuba back. So we're going to get Garuba back, and then last but not least, Christopher's asking for 19 million. I don't think I can get to that. So Thompson, Washington, Jalen Green Quickly, Jaylen Brown, Tari Eason, Jabari, Şengün, and Usman Garuba, I think is how you say it. So just like that, Jaylen Brown was the big addition. I wanted him in free agency. We weren't able to get him. The Clippers did nothing with him, and now he's back in Houston. So Jaylen Brown, Jalen Green, Jabari, Şengün, Quickly, Tari Eason, Thompson, Christopher, Garuba, Washington. Tell me this ain't a contender. I think it's a contender. So we went from the play-in to the playoffs, and now it's time to get to the finals. The rotation is Ahmed Thompson, Jalen Green, Jaylen Brown, Jabari, Şengün, Quickly, Tari Eason, Josh Christopher, and Usman Garuba. Proficiency lands us at a 4.5 balance. Tell me this team ain't ready to take it. Let's go ahead, simulate the season after we look at the rotation, and we should be a top contender in the West, hopefully. Garland's going to win MVP. Harper is your Rookie of the Year. KPJ is your 6th man on the Clippers, so it looks like he's still doing a good job over there. Giannis Defensive Player, and then Bryce wins Most Improved, and Wade Burford Coach of the Year, which is a.k.a. Ime Udoka, as we had a fantastic season. No one should be too shocked by that. I knew we were going to be a contender as soon as we got Jaylen Brown, and we are the 1st seed in the West. So let's go take a look at the player stats for the season. 22 from Jalen, 22 from Jabari, 21 from Jalen Green, 16 from Shamgoon, 12 from Emmanuel Quickly, Tar Eason with 11, Josh Christopher with 10, and then Amon Thompson. All we need him to really do is score a little bit, facilitate the ball, and he's averaging 8 assists. Really couldn't ask for more. 46% from the field, 33% from 3, and he's up to 10 badges, which is really cool to see as well. So let's go ahead and see if this is our year we win a championship. So we get Victor Wembanyama and Porzingis and Franz Wagner. Look at that unicorn trio that they have over there in San Antonio. That definitely would be very, very intimidating. But I like my team as well, so hopefully we can take them down. Somebody current around against San Antonio, who has Vic, but we are the better Texas team as we sweep them. And now we get the Lakers. So we have D'Lo, Herb Jones, Lonnie Walker, Vanderbilt, AD. I'm not going to lie. Lakers have done a great job of adding talent here after LeBron is retired. Very deep bench on top of things. So good job for the LA Lakers, but I feel like we're the better team. So game 1, we're down 1-0. As I say that, we do lose game 1. Game 2, we even it up, 95-93, 29 from D'Lo, 21 from Jalen Green. Game 3, 2-1. Game 4, 3-1. And game 5, we beat them. We're in the conference finals, and now we get to play Minnesota. I thought we were going to play Oklahoma City for sure, but now we get Fred VanVleet, which I think would be a really good point guard to put next to Edwards and this team they have right now. McDaniels, Cat, Capella, okay, Gobert, Alex Sarr. So they just love their centers. I'm pretty sure Alex Sarr is a center. Yeah, okay. Four-headed monster in Minnesota. So let's see how this goes. Game 1, we're down 1-0. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Game 4, even it up. Game 5, big one, we win it. Game 6, big one. Game 7, here we go. And if we can get to this game 7, we get an instant classic in the finals. Former number 1 and number 2 overall picks going at it from the same draft class. Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham. I really hope we're able to get this one done. It's not looking good, though. It's a back and forth game, and we are going to come up short to Minnesota. So we're robbed of a Cade Cunningham versus Jalen Green NBA Finals, which really sucks because I thought we had that one in the bag. Timberwolves go on to win a championship. We lose in 7. So unfortunate, really unfortunate. Obviously, I'm not ready to just throw in the towel there. Lottery process. We don't need picks, honestly, at this point. So the Thunder are going to have our pick. And then I'm pretty sure I trade the Nets pick for Jaylen Brown, if I'm not mistaken, which it looks like I did. So I'm not going to be doing anything this offseason. I'm simply going to be running it back. So I'll see you guys in the next playoffs. Once again, back in the playoffs as the first seed in the West. We're literally 1 game away from the finals last year. So obviously we're hoping this is the year we get it done. Amon Thompson up to 11 points on 8 assists. So still being that guy we need him to be. And his efficiency is still about the same overall, but it's all good. We got a lot of good players around him. 21 for Jabari, 21 for Jalen Green, and a 21 for Jaylen Brown and Shingun with 19. So hopefully we can just take care of business here and get to the finals. I feel like our team is ready for it. So somebody current against New Orleans. I really don't even care who they have. We beat them in 5. They had Sexton, OG, Ron Holland, Zion, and Joe Val. I would have been pissed if we lost to an 8th seed, but now I'll take it a little bit more serious. So Portland's got Dame, Shaedon Sharpe, Brendan Miller, Bol, Mo Wagner, Anthony Simons, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Nasir Little, Lou Dort, and TJ Powers. So let's go game by game on this one. Do beat them in game 1, 25 for Shamgoon. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, 3-0. So far, so good. And we lose 1 game as we beat them. And now we get to play Denver. So we don't have to deal with Minnesota this time or Oklahoma City. Instead, we get Denver. They have Peyton Watson, they're 2 now. Porter, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, Capella. Bro, is Capella going to be the reason I don't make the finals? Like, he just goes to the team that makes the conference finals. If we lose to Denver because of Capella, I'm out. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, game 4, 3-1. Thank you. I was about to say, man. Wait a minute. It's not over yet. Okay, thank you. I was about to say, man. Capella, former Houston Rocket, is trying to haunt us right now. But now we get Scoot Henderson versus Amon Thompson. So the battle of the point guards from the same draft class. Kind of interesting. But Charlotte's got Josh Hart, Julius Randle, Mark Williams, Abaji, Nasir Cunningham, Naz Reid, and Koa Pete. So actually, Charlotte's been drafting pretty well. I really love what they've done. LaMelo and Henderson as a backcourt, of course, is very intimidating. So game 1, we're up 1-0. We beat them by 40. 26-8 from Scoot, 28 from Jabari. Game 2, up 2-0. Game 3, 3-0. And that should be all she wrote. We beat them in 5. And just like that, we have won our championship. Jaylen Brown is your finals MVP. So who needs James Harden when you could have Amon Thompson and then get Jaylen Brown later on? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll see you on the next one. Let me know who Detroit should pick at 5. And that'll be the next video, I believe, unless if something crazy comes out, like some rumor or a trade, I think technically teams can make trades right now, but we usually don't see that happen this early. But thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.